you stop what was a daily routine or ritual, how hard it is to get started back again?
No, don't do vacation speech again.
No, I'm a big fan of vacations. It's just challenging when you get back, right? You take a little time off and you're like, that momentum got disrupted and now you have to get it going again. How do you do that?
Just do it.
Just do it?
Just do it.
Okay, good. Anybody have a more complex way of getting back into the rhythm and flow?
Allow yourself. If I take a vacation, I try and schedule myself back like a day prior, so I can kind of mentally get my brain back. And it, like lifestyle and routine, getting, go to bed early so I can get up early, go in, not feeling like, oh God, I'm back at work, but try to make it as positive and as smooth of an experience as possible.
So let's do a little be honest. If you took a little time off last week because of the holiday, who on Sunday afternoon went like, oh God, I have to go back to work tomorrow? Yeah, like, oh, I don't want to go back to work tomorrow.
We don't have to go back.
Right. It's well, does that mean we should never take time off? No. Just means that getting back in the flow is difficult, right? So Sam, you had a car accident recently.
Yeah.
Did you plan for that?
No.
You didn't wake up that morning and go, oh, today's the day I'm going to flip my car upside down.
No.
But it happened. Okay, so were you okay?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. A little traumatic for you?
Very traumatic.
Okay, so physically you're okay, but emotionally, what's getting back in a car again like?
It's scary, and also I don't have set transportation yet, so that's all, like up in the air, and I'm having to drive different cars that I'm unfamiliar with, and so, but I don't really have a choice. I have kids, and I have a business to run, and,
So it's just terribly disruptive. It's kind of like when you're having a session and somebody's cell phone goes off. You just totally get taken out of your whole flow, right? So, but doesn't that happen to all of us, right? Like life gets in the way and your best laid plans all get messed up. Kids are out of school, right? You have a plan for when the kids are in school, right? Jay, you have a plan for little man when he's in school, and then he's not in school. And now your plan's all messed up. What do? You have a car accident.
Yeah.
You had a plan, you had a life, you had a systemized way of doing things, right? Mm-hmm. And now you don't. What do?
You pick up things as best you can and you keep moving.
Okay. How's anybody else dealt with that? Because it's happened to all of us, hasn't it? Do you ever get sick?
Yeah.
Okay. And it just interrupts your routine and your rituals and your habits, right? What do? How do you get back in the flow?
I think there's things you can plan for, like the kids, like sometimes you can't plan for their days off because sometimes it's like a snow day or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But even if you can't plan for it, you can have a backup plan that says, okay, well, if for whatever reason my kids can't go to school, then I know I can take them to this daycare and do a drop-in for a day, or something like that. But like something like getting sick or the car accident is a little bit harder to have a contingency plan for.
It is. It's hard. It's hard. Let's don't minimize it. Whether you're coming back from a week at the beach, or you've been sick for a few days, or the kids are out of school, or you have a car accident, or it's just life. It's going to happen again. So what do? How do you get back into the flow? Well, there's trite old expressions, sayings, right? And they become sayings expressions because they're true. Nothing that's not true ever becomes an old saying, right? Because if it's not true, we stop saying stupid shit after a while, right? You edit out all my profanity, don't you? Okay, right. So what I'd like to do is have you just kind of tell me some of the old sayings that you've heard that are true for this. So you said it just a little while ago. What'd you say?
Just do it.
Did you make that up?
No, Nike did.
Didn't know if you sold it to them or something. Mary Ann?
This too shall pass.
Okay.
It'll work out how it's supposed to. I'll work out.
What's others? This too shall. Better. So I put one up here. M builds M. What's that mean?
Momentum builds momentum.
Momentum builds momentum. Okay. What's that mean?
It means once you get the ball rolling, it's easier to stay in the flow.
So, look, you're going to have days when you feel in a fog, when you don't feel motivated, when you feel lethargic, when you're just not firing on all cylinders, right? I can just keep going on and on with all these little euphemisms. What do? How do you get back from a week at the beach and get back into the flow when you don't feel like it?
Just do it anyway.
Just do it? Okay, that's one.
I found like taking little things off my plate. So, for example, if I'm going to be on vacation, I'm going to want to keep social media posts going, so I schedule those. If I do that for 1 week, I might as well go ahead and do the following week, so it's something tedious that's not on my to-do list to try to catch back up. So if you can think of that and book your schedule in advance.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Just dive in, both feet, screaming, get shit done.
Okay. GSD. I have a friend of mine in Phoenix actually named his real estate company GSD Realty. People are like, is that like somebody's initials? And he goes, no, it's Get Shit Done Realty. That's their whole motto every day. I play golf. There's a little saying for caddies in golf. Show up, keep up, shut up. You want to be a good caddy? Just follow that rule. Show up, keep up, shut up. All right? What are the little sayings that you use in your business to keep you focused and on track?
Eat your frogs.
I'm sorry? Eat your frogs?
Eat your frogs.
What's that mean?
If you get it, like eating a frog is like it's something you don't want to do. And I try anything that I don't want to do. I try and do it like first thing in the morning to get it out of the way.
Okay, I hadn't heard that one before. Anybody else heard that one before? Did you just make that up?
I'm not surprised.
Huh?
There's a book on that. Get the prospecting done first and don't save it for the end of the day.
Really? Where have I heard that before? It sounds familiar. What book is that? Because I want to go get that book. Do you remember? Okay. Greg? Put the big rocks in first. What's that mean?
If you take a jar, a big jar, a large opening at the top, and in front of you, you've got big rocks, medium-sized rocks, small rocks, sand, and water. And you have two jars. And you start by putting in the big rocks first, and then the second stack, and the third stack, and the fourth stack, versus starting with the water, then putting in the sand, and just going the opposite. The one that starts with the big rocks in first, you'll put everything in without overflowing it. If you do it the other way, you'll never get to the big rocks. The big rocks are what you just mentioned, prospecting. They're the hardest tasks first. So work on the big rocks first. Then get the next ones. Leave the water for the end.
Okay. I think our moms used to say it to us like this: hey, Jay, do your chores first and then you can go outside and play, right? I don't know if our moms realized they were teaching us business principles or not, but I think they were. One of the ones that I have on my desk is activity breeds activity. Okay, so like, look, you're a human being. Well, most of you are. You're going to have days when you don't feel like it. You're going to have days when you feel off, or you like, oh, God, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I get it. I get it. It's called being normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy. You're not all the bad adjectives that you want to assign to yourself and call yourself, you're not any of that. You're just normal. Here's the big separator. And this is the big separator. It is normal to feel that way. Do you have a strategy to get you through it anyhow? Okay, because if you think that who appears to you, like Jay appears to me to be a highly motivated individual, right? Very disciplined and determined, fierce, right? Probably many days. But if Jay tried to convince me that every morning at 3:30 she popped out of bed, growled, and was ready to take on the day, I call bullshit on that. I got to think that there's some days when that alarm goes off at 3:30 and she's laying there going, that's the 15 different reasons why I don't need to get up today. And her mind's messing with her, telling her, you don't need to get up today. You did it, yes, you do it every day. You can take a day off. You stayed up late last night. You could stay home, make breakfast for little man this morning, hang around the house, get some chores done. You deserve a day off. I call that the devil. Okay, now you might think the devil has a little pitchfork and tail. I don't. I think the devil lives inside my head and goes, you don't need to get up. You deserve a day off. You need a day to reacclimate from getting back from the beach. Hey, you guys ever feel that? No, that's the devil fucking with you. He is. You need to bleep that out too, okay? Here's what I say. No, you are normal. That is everybody in this room, including me, in the most fierce, most disciplined person that you can find. She's the most fierce, disciplined I know. And I know there ain't no way you wake up feeling that way every day. You got to have days when you don't want to do it.
Today.
I just don't believe it.
And that's fine. That means she's normal. Here's the great separator. How do you get yourself through it anyhow? You could say, just do it. I mean, this is where each of us, our internal dialogue has to work for us. And if it's not, these people that, well, I can work from home. Okay, you can work from home. Do you? See, it's not the same question. You can, do you? And if you don't, then what's your strategy for dealing with that? Because there is a very, very small percentage of the population that does work from home. Everybody can. In today's world, there's no resources that we have here that you don't have on your phone. So why do you do it? Some people have to I have to put myself in the environment. If I was at home, I'd play with the dog. I'd watch ESPN, Sports Center. I'd turn Wimbledon on in the background, but I'm not really watching it. Like, I'll watch it. Right. And then I would come in and talk to me and say, well, why didn't you get your points for last week? Oh, distractions. Like, really? Like, what kind of oh, they're just all over the place. Of course they're all over the place. It's 2019. There's nothing that you can't pull up on your... If I said, hey, Casey, you want to watch Wimbledon? And you say, yeah. One of us could just pull out our phone and watch it, right? We don't need to go find a TV. Everything is in your pocket now. Of course there's distractions. That's why we can work from home, but we don't. It's not the same question. I didn't say, can you? I was like, do you? No. Why? I'm too distracted. Then great. Then what's your strategy for dealing with that? When you don't feel like it, what do? And this is the great separator for us. You get to choose. It's all up to you. You will come up with a strategy to manage yourself through it, or you will not. And you just won't do it. I don't feel like it. Okay. You get to choose. You're independent contractors. I don't get to choose for you. You get to choose. How are you going to do it? How are you going to manage yourself through it? So we've got a number of different things on the board. Activity breeds activity. Momentum builds momentum. Sometimes you've got to understand that you just have to find a way to get started. Okay? And you just have to intellectualize that a little bit inside your own head. Look, I just came back from vacation. Sunday afternoon. I did not want to come here Monday. I love all of you, but I don't love you that much. Okay? I did not want to come here Monday. That's okay. That's the next place my brain goes. That's okay. I don't have to want to. I have to do it, but I don't have to like it. And you know what? I can go there and I can be in a bad mood and I can be lethargic and I can just be withdrawn and reclusive all to myself. That's fine. I just have to be there. And then you know what happens? So, going back to the caddy showing, get up, show up, keep up, shut up. Some of you I've told, hey, you know what? Just get up and get dressed every morning. Just get up and get dressed. Just get up, get dressed, and come to work. Why? Just put yourself, that's what I did yesterday. I didn't feel like it, didn't want to, had 1,000 good reasons to get out of it. Dude, my heart was not into it. Why? I'd taken too many days in a row off. I really just wanted to go play golf again yesterday. That's all I wanted to do. But by 9:30, now it's starting to kick in. Now I'm starting to want. But you know what? Today, I'm good. Right back. Why? Synergy. I sucked it out of y'all yesterday. I did. Yes, I did. Well, would you have the 9:30 coaching session yesterday? Yeah. See, by 10 o'clock, I'm ready to go. I just sucked it right out of her DNA. Synergy. And that's one of the challenging parts about working from home. There's no synergy going on. There's nothing to draw from. If I had tried to work from home yesterday, I would have ended the day just as I had started it. Because I wouldn't have got to sit across from her and go, well, I don't want to be Yasleen, so I need to get my shit together. I'm teasing. Right?
Want to be me? You really did not.
No, I get to pull the energy, the synergy off of each person, and that gets me through the down days. And I have down days. All of us have down days. Who doesn't? You just flipped your car upside down. The fact that you're willing to get back in a car is amazing. Okay? You're not supposed to like it. You should be afraid. You should be very worried. Wouldn't that be natural? Yeah. You still have to do it. You still have to live your life, right? But can you still do it and be afraid at the same time? Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. What gets wrong, right, is when we get stuck in it and we don't have a tool, a mechanism to get us out of it, to get right back in the flow, get back on the horse, whatever little saying you want to use. You have to find what works for you. But I'll tell you this, I'll promise it to you, the synergy that you get from being around other people is almost irreplaceable. So all of us are going to go through periods when I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And sometimes our customers can cause it. You just go through a series of disappointments, right? They come in bunches. You ever notice that? This is the really bad news. When you get the first bad deal, oh shit, buckle up. Because all the other ones you got, you're gonna get it all in like a 48-hour period of time. You ever notice how that happens? You don't lose one deal at a time. You lose like 3 or 4, all of them. I don't know why that is. It just seems to be like a weapon mechanism for allowing you to move through it. What do you do? What do you do, Sam?
Sometimes I start with things that I actually want to do that are easy, like sending a text versus making a call.
Okay.
And then like that activity breeds activity. So even though it's not something, it's easy. It's something I have to do, but it's easier. I mean, that's kind of opposite of the big rock thing, but it kind of gets the momentum going. And
so let me jump into the middle of that there. Here's what you'll find. We're constantly asking this question. Why are some agents in this market killing it? Like they have hundreds, like I told you in the call on Monday. I talked to a friend of mine in Charlotte. She has 5 years of living expenses in the bank right now. Can you imagine what that must feel like? Right. If she doesn't make another dollar for the next 5 years, she can pay her bills and maintain her current lifestyle. How do you keep pushing the pedal down when you've got 5 years of living expenses in the bank? Would you? Would you keep pushing hard every day? You would?
Yeah, like you say, constructive paranoia. Okay, everything's okay today. So a week from that might not be so good. Just let me keep going.
Casey?
So like if your goal is to just have 5 years, I think it has to do with setting an appropriate goal to keep, like your goal can't be like achieve 5 years of money in the bank account to do that. In order to keep yourself motivated, you have to really, really, really think about what it is you want to accomplish. And at that point, I don't think it could be monetary related because you've already achieved it.
Okay. So here's what I want to share with you guys this morning. If you want arms like Jay's got, it's not about being highly motivated, because Jay feels like shit some days too. And Jay doesn't want to do it some days. It's how you get yourself to do it when you don't want to. And the great separator for people in our business is that. I mean, if you talk to anybody, there's nobody that's not going to say the number one trait that highly productive agents all have is consistency. It's so hard. That's the great separator. Like, do it every day. When you don't feel like it, when you don't need to, when you've got all kinds of distractions, when you have things that happen in your life that are traumatic, when all that stuff's going on, stay consistent in your business every day. It's incredibly hard. It's why so few people can pull it off. If you want arms like Jay's got, and me, that's what we can share that in common, right? Cut.
So consistency is more powerful than motivation.
Yeah, because you're not going to feel motivated all the time. But who's ever, let's pick on you. Have you ever not felt like it and then gone to your exercise program and then felt better and glad that you did? Has anybody else ever felt that way? Everybody has, right? Like, oh, I'm really glad I made myself do this. And has the reverse ever happened? Like, you didn't feel really great and then you kept eating that crap, right? And it just made you feel worse. Rob comes in one day for a coaching session and he's mad at himself. And Dennis is like, yeah, you're being mean to everybody. You know why he was mad at himself? Because he hadn't been exercising and he had been eating a bunch of crap, right?
All day, yep.
Yeah. And you were mad. You felt worse.
Sluggish.
Yeah. It happens to everybody. The most disciplined people you think you know. How do you get back in the flow? And this is the great separator. You're going to have to figure this out for yourself. Whether it's an accountability partner, I'll be it for you. That'd be fun. Whether it's little sayings that you have for yourself, whatever it is, you're going to have to figure that out. And this is what's important, and this is the message for today. To the degree that you figure it out will be the degree of success that you experience in this business. So when you see people who are killing it, making a lot of money, here's what you just need to know. They've just figured that out. For them, they figured out how to get themselves to be consistent even when they don't feel like it, because they don't feel like it about the same percentage of the time you don't feel like it. But we might let ourselves off the hook, and they don't. Jay didn't get arms like she's got because she lets herself off the hook a lot. And I refuse to believe that you feel like it every day. No. And she's got all the distractions and more that everybody else has. How old's your son? 6. Well, that's got to be a walk in the park, huh? 6-year-olds aren't very needy at all, are they? Right. She's got all the things everybody else has got. Somehow she finds a way to get herself to be consistent every day, and I don't. And that's just the hard, cold truth of it. That's why she has arms like she has, and I don't. And there's no other reason. God did not touch her with a little genetic trait that automatically made her cut. And He damn sure didn't give it to me. The hard, cold truth of it is, Jay's figured out how to make herself be consistent, and I haven't. But I could. And when I figure out how to do that in a way that works for myself, watch out. I'm coming after you. And when you too, you're going to have trouble getting back on the horse again. You should. There'd be something wrong with you if you didn't. How are you going to do it? How are you going to get yourself to do it? How are each of us going to get ourselves to be consistent when we don't want to be consistent? And the degree that you answer that question is the degree of success you're going to have. Guaranteed. Questions? Great.